Live from New York, it's Wearable Wednesday with Becky.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wearable Electronics with me, Becky Stern. Today our co-host is Jess Califano, Director of Community Support and Publishing here at Adafruit. Welcome back to the show, Jess.
Thank you for having me.
It's September 2nd. Happy almost fall. Is summer
Doesn't
over?
feel like it yet.
Not at all. What's on today's show, Jess?
So, we have a great show today. We're going to talk about what we posted on the blog for Wearable Wednesday.
Today's debut with today's
Wearable
video.
Wearable video, yes. We have Component of the Week.
We're going to talk about your new favorite perf board.
Material Spotlight.
Your new favorite bare conductive starter kit.
And Becky will answer your questions. And someone will win a copy of Getting Started with Adafruit Flora.
If you have wearable electronics questions during the show, you can ask them live in the chat, and I'll save them for later, or in the YouTube comments on any of our videos, on Twitter, on what's that other one? Google Plus and Adafruit blog, and we'll queue them up for a future show. And I put them in this hat here, and then if you ask a question, you get entered in the giveaway for the book. That's how it works.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so the code today is Adafruit Daily.
That's exciting. We'll talk about that in just a second.
Yeah.
You can use this code to get 10% off your whole Adafruit order, excluding gift certificates and software. So if you're looking to get some new Flora stuff, wearables gear, 10% off Adafruit Daily through 11:59 p.m. tonight.
Great. Okay, so Wearable Wednesday on the blog.
Every week.
Some great projects this week.
Yep, every week we post up wearables projects by you guys and around the web, on the blog. Jess posts, Leslie posts, everybody posts. And what's this, Jess?
This is a really awesome NeoPixel crown from Chubby. I think I'm saying the name.
Cheeb.
Really pretty. It's 3D printed for the base, and it's based off of your NeoPixel crown that you made.
Look at the beads on the top of the NeoPixels, though. It's like some very nice wire work going on there. Insulated, more insulated than mine. It looks really pretty. Nice job.
Very pretty. We also have these totally blinged out NeoPixel goggles. Those are
really
cool.
sweet. Those are by Pling Boot.
Pling Boot on YouTube.
Just love your usernames. And that's some custom code based on the Kaleidoscope Eyes NeoPixel Ring Goggles tutorial that Phil B did on the learning system, but with there's obviously some upgraded custom animations there that are really sweet. So consider posting your code so we can take a look at it. I'd love to load my goggles up with this code. And the rhinestones make me very happy as well.
Yeah, those are super sweet.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
We also have this pocket watch project that Leslie posted from Michael Mosier.
It has a NeoPixel jewel inside it, kind of like Aaron St. Blain's turtle pendant tutorial on the learning system. So you can check that out. It's really fun. We have all of the supplies now to make tiny. We have a lot of necklace projects. Leslie made an OLED necklace. We have Noe and Pedro made the flying toasters, scrolling flying toasters and Mario Clouds pendants. So everything's really small now. Displays, batteries, little NeoPixel stuff. That's a nice upgrade for your pocket watch. Very steampunk.
Steampunk. It's it's super
cyber
steampunk.
goth. Is it cyber goth?
Cyber goth, maybe.
I think
there's
a lot of
steampunk.
Steampunk has a lot of baggage associated with the word, so I'm trying to give it a
really?
compliment that doesn't have so much connotation to it. I don't know.
Okay.
It's cool.
Very
Thank you for posting.
And this is from Richard Alberton. He is a regular on our show and tell, and he sent in this really pretty blue light up dress that he made for his friend Emily here, and really cute.
Yeah, it's nice. He went into detail about how he made the LED strips face inward so that they reflect off of the inside of the dress to give it that sort of, just a glow instead of points of light.
Right.
So nice concept for diffusion by facing the lights inward.
Yeah, it's a little more subtle, and it looks like something from Alice in Wonderland almost.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Thanks for sharing, Richard. And you can catch Richard's projects on the show and tell very frequently on Wednesday evening.
7:30 p.m. EST. Okay, cool. So let's talk about Adafruit Daily.
This is a new project. Jess and I have worked on this project for a while now. We're launching a daily newsletter, and the first one is the Wearables newsletter. Every single day, you can get a Wearables tip delivered to your inbox. It's very short and sweet with a picture and a little text description and a link to whatever it's talking about. It's super fun. We loaded up. We've created so much content for this newsletter.
Yeah, we have so many tips. And you can sign up for it if you go to adafruitdaily.com. We won't ever spam you. So if you have ordered with us or have an account with us, you're not going to be automatically signed up or anything like that.
It's
you have to
separate.
Voluntarily want to sign up for this. And you should, because it's really great. We've spent a lot of time working on it, and we're really excited to launch it. And we're going to add other categories as well soon. Right now, we also have a maker business one, if you are interested in that. And we'll be adding 3D printing and then just general electronics tips as well. Those will both be coming really soon.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's a completely separate domain from Adafruit.com, so you don't have to worry about if you're... we're using MailChimp as our newsletter delivery service, so if... one of the reasons we separated it out to a different URL, not only to make it clear to you guys that like it's a completely separate database, like we're not going to sell your email addresses, it's all very spam free and on the up and up, but also because then if your mail client routes newsletters to your spam, your order confirmations and all of that other stuff associated with your regular Adafruit account won't get mixed in with all of that. So it's a completely separate domain. Should be like therefore really. The most unobtrusive of newsletter signups you've ever had. And I've been having a fun time. So what's today's? We have a slide of today's tip.
Today was a tip about
ribbon. It says grow grain ribbon is polyester, and you can singe the edges to prevent it from fraying. So because it melts a little bit. And that goes for other polyester materials too, that you want to like poke a hole through for wires and stuff. You can singe it to melt it around the edges.
Yeah. That's what they look like.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, they're fun, and you can choose which categories you want to sign up for, or you can sign up for all of them, and you'll be getting 5 days a week from us.
Right, weekdays, Adafruit Daily. And that's why it's today's code, so that if you get 10% off, maybe while you're typing in your 10% off code, you will be reminded to go to adafruitdaily.com and sign up for our wearables and or other newsletters that we're launching today and soon.
Indeed.
That's our big announcement.
Very cool.
We've been slaving over the digital fields.
Yeah.
Raking the Google spreadsheet.
Searching for tips far and wide.
In other Adafruit news, this is a new project on the Adafruit Learning System by Erin St. Blaine, and while it's not like wearable, like stuck to your body, it's wearable as in you hold it in your hand, and it's another persistence of vision project based on the DotStar LED poi that Phil B wrote the guide for, and then we used for the persistence of vision RGB bike wheel. So we're getting a lot of mileage out of that code, Phil B. And Erin St. Blaine made these.
What are they called?
Oh, I can't even remember now. Here we go. No, double staff, Morningstar POV double staffs.
Yes.
And she uses them for performing, and they create an image in space while they spin around. Really fun to build. Use DotStar LEDs, and they look beautiful. Nice job on the tutorial,
cool.
Erin.
I love the Adafruit logo one.
Really, really
so
cool.
Cute.
Nice. So go check out that tutorial. And then our other Adafruit Learning System news is an update to the Firewalker sneakers tutorial. Another Phil B code situation going on there. So the Firewalker sneakers are 2 years old this week, and I don't know, it's like one of our most popular wearables projects.
Definitely.
Like 300,000 views on YouTube, like dozens of you making them. And so to celebrate, I thought I would make a video about all of your frequently asked questions about the project, because there definitely are a few standout questions, and to, sort of like usher in the next generation of Firewalker sneakers. You want to take a look at the video?
Let's watch the video.
Okay.
I want to wish a happy birthday to one of our favorite wearables projects, the Firewalker sneakers. Originally created by Phil B, this Flora tutorial was uploaded to our YouTube channel 2 years ago. And in that time, we've seen dozens of you make your own versions at home. We've also seen a bunch of really common questions about this project, and even though I answer questions every week on our live wearable show, I thought I'd put all of these questions together in one video. It's more convenient for you. First up, what sneakers are these? These are a pair of high-top Vans. I think the model was Alamar, and they're in ballistic nylon. We made them in black and gray. So many of you ask, where can I buy Firewalker LED sneakers pre-assembled? And while you can post up in the Adafruit jobs board to find a maker who will make them for you, I've also seen a bunch of off-the-shelf similar looking LED sneakers show up on eBay and Etsy if you just look for LED sneakers. But the joy of making your own can never be underestimated, and you won't get that sick fire walking animation anywhere else. Thomas Edwards says, awesome, but I'm curious why regular batteries are used instead of a li-poly battery, and that's a really good question. We knew that this project would be pretty popular for beginners, and we wanted to encourage people to use alkaline batteries because they're more safe. If you're an advanced user and you understand how to protect and work with these batteries, then by all means you can use any size li-poly batteries to run your Firewalker sneakers, and even make like a pocket for the battery so it's not quite so chunky on the shoe. A lot of you asked, can I use a Gemma for the Firewalker sneakers instead of the Flora? And the short answer is sure. The long answer is that it's not easier. It may be lower cost, but since Gemma doesn't have onboard serial debugging, it can be hard for you to calibrate your sensor to your steps. And that's an important part of building the Firewalker sneakers, is putting the sensor in the shoe, stepping on it while it's plugged into the computer to see the number readout. Velostat is actually a packing material designed for anti-static, and we're exploiting the fact that the resistance changes when you squeeze it, but all the batches are different, so it's really important to calibrate your sensor, and it's really difficult to calibrate an analog sensor on Gemma. So while it is possible and it can reduce the cost of your project, it's not going to make it easier for a beginner to build the project with Gemma. We get a lot of questions about durability, like what happens if it rains? Well, this project uses both conductive thread and soldered wire, so if it rains, obviously those conductive thread traces are going to get shorted out. So if you want to wear your Firewalker sneakers in the rain, I'd recommend swapping the conductive thread for wire. It tapes onto the Velostat just as well. You just might have a harder time getting it through your shoe. And then I would clear coat the circuit board with something like clear nail polish or a conformal coating. We have more information about ruggedizing your electronics in our video on the topic. Zachary asks, can I put the sensor on the upper part of the shoes where my toes are? I'm thinking about shuffling with these babies on. Yeah, you can move the sensor to the toe of the shoe if you want. You just might have to sort of switch the sensitivity of the sensor around so that you're actually getting the result you want. Since we put it in the heel because that's where most of your weight lands when you're walking, so it might not have as much variability in the number for the sensor if you put it in the toes, but experiment with it and let us know. Can you add a mode switch to make a walking mode, continuous flashing mode, a pulse mode, and a sound mode? I want to make 6 pairs for a New Year's Eve costume. Yeah, sure. There's plenty of space on the Flora microcontroller for more animation modes, and if you want to look at a project that does have multiple animation modes with a Flora, you could take a look at the Florabrella project. It has a button that allows you to switch between different animation modes. That could be a good jumping off point for your code. Any tips to ruggedize the NeoPixel strips? I find over time this strip breaks where the bend is. NeoPixel strip is designed to bend this way, but it's not designed to bend laterally. So eventually there is some fatigue there. And the project sort of shows you how to mitigate that a little bit by not gluing the bendy part directly to the shoe so it can kind of flare out, but it's not a perfect solution. And if you want to wear them every single day, you're going to have to expect to do some maintenance on them, first of all. But then around the toe, maybe you would cut the NeoPixel strip, solder on silicone-coated flexible wire to a couple of the single individual NeoPixels, and then pick up again to the strip on the toe so that you have like a material that's designed to bend a lot, right where it does bend a lot. And then in order to waterproof that up, you have to use some additional Permatex 66B or an extra piece of sheathing from another piece of NeoPixel strip could be a way to go. But at best, you should expect these to be a very special pair of shoes that you take very good care of. So those are the frequently asked questions about the Firewalker sneakers. If you're wanting help with your own electronics projects, you can post up in the Adafruit forums where our engineers will help work through those code modifications and circuit changes for your own custom versions. And we love to see your projects on the weekly Adafruit Show and Tell on Google+. If you have more wearables questions, I'll tackle them every week on our live wearables broadcast. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube to catch all the things we're up to. Thanks for watching.
Cool.
All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I hope that answers all of your Firewalker questions. We neglected to mention earlier that we are broadcasting live on Periscope. So if you
Yes.
go to twitter.com/Adafruit, you can find the Periscope link, and you can watch us from this camera angle. and you can see what we chat about while the video is playing.
Yeah.
Like how hot it is outside.
It's very hot here.
And how the Adafruit Daily site is maybe hard for you to access sometimes today. Okay, so the Firewalker video has a companion like updated page on the learning system with your frequently asked questions. So you can go there and check it out. Hopefully that'll help you beginners get the ball rolling on how to plan out your own Firewalker sneakers. I loved seeing yours, and I love continuing to see yours. So please build them and send them in. And I was gonna do a Gemma version soon with the vibration sensor. That's kind of like Firewalker's light. So instead of the Velostat that's hard to calibrate, it'll be I think the medium vibration sensor. Well, we'll see which one for triggering the animation. So
that'll be good.
There
A lot
should
of
be a
people
little bit.
want to do it with the Gemma, so
It's cheaper, and since you need two, like it makes sense. So maybe that'll be coming up soon. If you want to see that, like give us a thumbs up.
yeah.
I'll make it soon. It's on my list.
I want to see your list.
It's a long list.
It's a long list. All right.
Okay,
Well,
that's Wearable Wednesday.
Wearable Wednesday. So component of the week.
Your component this week is a Bakelite perf board. So this, you may say, but Becky, this looks just like any other fiberglass perf board I could get at formerly Radio Shack or my local electronics store. But you would be slightly mistaken because this new pack of 10 perf boards, they're made out of Bakelite, which is like, I learned about it in design school, is like a 1950s like early plastic. I have a brownie bullet camera that's made out of Bakelite, and it's super neat. But in this context, it's replacing the fiberglass of the perf board. So if you try to cut perf board like our permaproto or like stuff that looks like this with scissors, it kind of can like shatter and little pieces of fiberglass go everywhere, and like that's no fun. This stuff is really easy to cut with heavy duty scissors, and it's like more pliable than the fiberglass, so it's not going to shatter and send shards everywhere, and it's also going to cut to a nice neat shape. So that's good for wearables because it'll you can cut it down to make a teeny tiny board that goes in wherever your waist pack or wherever your
pocket,
your
shoe,
pocket.
face, anything.
And you solder to it just like regular. It's got copper clad and everything. So in that sense, it is like a standard perf board. We're selling it in a pack of 10, I think, for like $6 or $7 or something, really cheap. So
it's a good deal.
It's a good stock up. They're always handy to have around. You can give them out to friends, and they're new in the shop this week. So
Awesome.
pick those up. I'm going to be making some projects on them.
Nice. All right, and just so you have a code for 10% off, if you want to buy some, it's Adafruit Daily.
Good all day long.
All right, material spotlight. What do we have this week, Becky?
This week is very exciting. Bare Conductive Touchboard Starter Kit. So you might remember Bare Conductive. They make that black water-based conductive paint that's safe for kids to play with. It's fun for paper crafts. It's excellent for making capacitive
Really
touch
fun
sensors.
stuff, yeah.
Really fun, easy to use. And they also made the Bare Conductive Touchboard, which is a really high quality, easy to use, fun, delightful experience, like Arduino compatible capacitive audio trigger board. So it has audio storage on it, has capacitive touch chip on it, all of these capacitive triggers, like touch triggers, and then a headphone jack so you can plug in speakers or headphones. And you plug it into your computer and load sounds onto it, kind of like our audio effects board.
Yeah.
And then so you don't need to do any programming, and you can, but you can if you want to, because it's got an ATmega 32U4 on it. And you can just hook up alligator clips or copper tape or conductive paint to the copper capacitive touch pads and trigger those audio files with the touch sensor. So
that's really fun to play with.
It is really fun. So this kit includes everything you need to get started with the Bare Conductive Touch Board. It has your alligator clips, your USB cable, sticky things, speakers, conductive paint.
It's such a pretty kit too.
So pretty. Everything they make is really nice. They were showing to me last year at Maker Faire when the touch board came out, like how many different circuit board manufacturers they had to test with to get the white color of the silkscreen, like the right color.
Yeah.
And their packaging is really nice. The experience of using the touch board is really fun and easy. When it starts up, it has the sounds that are loaded on it are it's a British company. It's like a British lady telling you how to use it. So you touch each one and it's
that's fun.
It's very, very, it's really fun. So this kit is, we only have a few of them in the shop, and it's just very beautiful. Has all these stencils for the
Yeah.
for the
Be a
pot
really
of
good
paint.
back to school gift. for anyone.
Yeah, really fun to play with kids. Yeah, we have a couple in the shop, and I know it's a little on the pricier side because it has all of those goodies in it, and the touchboard is a very fancy thing by itself. But you could use our code and get 10% off.
There you go.
If you're looking to do some early Christmas shopping. And it also, if we sell out of these and they're popular, we'll get more in the store. We only have a few right now. So you can use code Adafruit Daily to get 10% off. I love that thing. So good.
Yeah.
And we have a tutorial about the bare conductive paint. No, we have a video. We have a video about experimenting with the bare conductive paint on our YouTube channel. Check that out.
Great. All right, time for questions and answers.
We're just like hammering on through. We're gonna make it. If you have questions about wearable electronics for next show, you can ask them in the chat now, or in the comments later, or in the comments anywhere, Google Plus, Twitter, the Adafruit blog, and I'll screen cap them and save them for a later date and make you eligible to win the show's giveaway, which today is a copy of Getting Started with Adafruit Flora by me and Tyler Cooper.
All right, let's go to the first question. So this is from Alice Sato, and she writes, Dear Ms. Becky, is there a sample tutorial that sums up how to program with Flora and Gemma for beginners? Thank you, Alice.
Thank you for the question, Alice. So coding for Flora and Gemma is the same as coding for any Arduino compatible board. So there's no such thing as like beginner for Flora or Gemma. It's the same for all Arduino. Although a lot of Flora and Gemma projects use NeoPixels, and so we do have a NeoPixel guide that explains that code library, which can be quite complex. But for the absolute beginner in coding who wants to do a wearables project, a very good starting place for understanding the code is the interior purse light Gemma project. So that uses the sewable sequins, a piece of conductive Velcro, and the Gemma. And all it's doing is it's a very simple Arduino program that just senses when the conductive Velcro is separated, and then turns on the LEDs. So there's no like RGB color values. It's just if switch is disconnected, then turn on lights. So that's a pretty easy thing to understand. I also recommend getting the Getting Started with Flora book. Has some nice breakdown of what Arduino codes are useful for beginner wearables projects. And the first tutorial in the Getting Started with Adafruit Flora book is the light up anglerfish embroidery, which is of course also on the learning system, and that's very similar to the interior purse light in that it has a digital switch, which is in this case a sewable snap on the fin of the fish, and when it touches or doesn't touch, it changes the color of the NeoPixel at the end of the angler thing. And, so that's like one level up from the purse light, where it's if the switch is separated, then turn the LED this color instead of just on or off. But yeah, you definitely take it step by step. Arduino is easy to start with, but our projects kind of like, some of the projects like the Firewalker sneakers are easy to build for like a person who's good at crafts, but the code, like I don't even really understand the animation code because it's like crazy, so it's hard to customize. These two projects are the code is very simple and well commented, so you'll have an easy time understanding that code.
There you go. And pick up a copy of Getting Started with...
well, who knows? Alice keeps asking questions,
or you might win it.
She's bound to win sooner or later.
All right, next question is from... I'm not even going to try with that name. It's a long name.
Jesus Trinidad Village
Gomezai. Yeah. All right, there you go. I'm a big fan of the 80s. What would I have... Yeah. I was born in the 80s.
Me too.
What would I have to order to make a pair of gem star earrings? I don't mind ordering in bulk, considering I'm focused on a pair of earrings, more like zero-sized gauged jewelry. I figure it would be a great starter, and extras are future inspiration.
Cool. You want to make some gem star plugs?
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I would like to see that.
Gem and the holograms.
They're making a new one.
Are they?
Yeah, they're making like a new like modern day one where she's like a YouTube star and I don't know. We'll see. I think people were upset it wasn't more 80s.
Well, whatever. I don't know. I would say you could use, if you're into, maybe you already know how to make the gauges, like with epoxy and a mold. That would be a place to start, just knowing how to make like cast plug jewelry. But then I would put inside an LED sequin and like a coin cell battery, maybe a CR1220, like the one that's in the, what's it called? The glowing cufflinks. The eye cufflinks and the eye necklace.
So size 0 is like
It's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, it's like the size of a quarter, maybe smaller. Maybe you guys can help. Maybe like a nickel.
Yeah, so sequins.
The
probably
sequin would
good.
fit in there, yeah, with a little
Good fit.
battery. It'd be tough to make it removable. When you say I don't figure it would be a great starter project, I'm not so sure because space constraint is like a really difficult thing for beginners usually. So like always prototype your circuit first outside of its like confined environment. But it sounds like a fun project and I would like to see. So we have the sequins in red and pink. I'm not quite sure which one would be better for your gem earrings. Because maybe if you do like red epoxy, then you want like a white LED or...
I think pink when I think of gem.
Yeah, okay. So maybe
Yeah.
the pink sequins will do it for you. And we have a tutorial about how to use them on the Adafruit learning system.
Yeah. All right, from Meredith Ebbs. I saw a project, cushion game console made with conductive thread and Flora. Can't find it now. Can you help?
Yes, Meredith. Allow me to be your lazy web.
Here it is!
Hey, guys, this also gives me a chance to tell you about a project you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
P.S. This project is the conductive fabric game controller, and it's
Right.
made with Flora and conductive fabric as a capacitive touchpad. So it actually doesn't have a battery even. It just plugs in over USB. And that gives it that earth ground that it needs to detect your capacitive touch without the dedicated capacitive touch chip. And so when you're done using it, you just like unplug the USB cord and like throw it on your couch. But it's really easy to make. No soldering, just a little few. I use like iron-on interfacing to stick on the conductive fabric and then just sew a little trace to Flora. It doesn't even really take that long. This is a really good beginner project if you like to play retro games on in a browser emulator because it's using Flora's onboard HID keyboard ability, so it just acts. You just program the different buttons to send a keyboard command. So it's kind of just like using the arrow buttons on your keyboard, but on the pillow instead.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, fun. Check that out on the learning system.
And if you fall asleep when you're playing video games,
You're covered.
right there.
Or you can play video games until you're ready to fall asleep, and then.
Yeah, there you go. From JB, what's the best conductive fabric to make a heartbeat sensor? I'm trying to integrate it into a wearable project.
So I am friends with this guy at Adidas who works on in their department of testing the conductive fabric heart rate sensors, and he showed me how much testing they do on there to find like the right conductive fabric. And for their pro soccer jerseys, they can only expect them to last like a season before the conductive fabric oxidizes because it's made out of silver. The most conductive fabric is made out of silver, Anyway, but it's the stretchy kind, and they use like an iron-on interfacing to like stick it onto the inside of the shirt or the inside of the bra. And so we have two kinds of stretchy conductive fabric that I would say are the closest that we have to those commercially available fabrics, and that would be the shiny knit conductive fabric. I can't remember that 1167, and the knit jersey conductive fabric, which is PID 1364, and those two can get you started with and you can make a 2-electrode wearable heart rate monitor that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so let's see who's gonna win this week.
Jess will do the honors.
Okay.
Please let it be Alice. It's not rigged. It's completely random, I promise.
It's Alice!
It's Alice! I swear I didn't rig it at all. It was completely random. Congratulations, Alice. You can email
Yay.
support@adafruit.com, which will go to Jessica's team, and they will mail you your copy of Getting Started with Adafruit Flora by me and Tyler Cooper. And that is the best way to learn how to code for Flora and Gemma.
That's awesome. Congratulations,
The answer
Alice.
to your question is the book that you just won for free.
Yay.
If you would like to enter to win a copy of this book, which will be the giveaway for the next, until we run out of the giveaway books. How many more giveaway books are there? There's like a stack upstairs of like 20.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Every once in a while we switch it up, but usually it's the book. If you'd
Well,
like
people have been ordering them for back to school a lot too. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So we will run out and then we'll have to give a different prize away. Anyway, if you want to enter to win a giveaway, you just have to ask a wearable electronics question in the comments on basically any of our social media or this video or the chat, and we'll enter you to win. We'll answer your question on the air, and then we'll enter you to win a giveaway.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to order some stuff, you can get 10% off until 11:59 p.m. using code ADAFRUITDAILY. We hope that also reminds you to sign up for our Adafruit Daily Wearables newsletter. We'll get a tip in your inbox every single day around 11 a.m. Jessica and I worked on the newsletter. It's really nice.
It's very nice.
Please sign up. You can always unsubscribe. We promise not to spam you or shell your email address to anyone.
Yes.
Um,
We won't look at your email address.
Tune in later on tonight to show off your own electronics projects on the Google Plus Show and Tell. So hang out on air. You have to go to the Adafruit Google Plus page, find the Show and Tell announcement, ask to be added to the Show and Tell circle. You'll be added. Then you'll be invited tonight and every week at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday to join the group video chat, and then you can show off your project on the Show and Tell. That's a super fun time. You can also just watch.
You can also watch. And then we also have Ask an Engineers at 8.
Yes. right
And
after.
that's with Lamore and Phil, Mr. and Lady Ada. And they will also be answering some engineering and electronics questions on air for you guys, as well as going over a bunch of other fun stuff.
Site news, new products, open
Yeah.
hardware news. It's a fun time. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. And then tomorrow, we have 3D Thursday hangout with Noah and Pedro.
It's like this show, but with Noe and Pedro.
And they talk about 3D printing.
Right. And it's a super fun, but their show's not live, it's pre-recorded, so you can watch it at any time during the day. They'll also have a discount code for you, so you can check out the video to get the discount code on Thursdays. And they talk about techniques, CAD, projects, materials, customer projects, community news, all kinds of fun 3D printing stuff on Thursdays, and also on the blog. There's lots of 3D printing stuff.
3D
I wanted
Thursday on the
to
blog.
remind everyone there's a lot of back to school stuff on the blog.
Yeah.
I know I teach this class at SVA in the fall that's starting up soon, and we order our Arduino kits from Adafruit. So if you're thinking about, if you're a teacher and you want to get some students into electronics, now's an excellent time to place your order.
Yeah, we have a whole educators page on the site, adafruit.com/educators, and you can email us for, if your school needs to make a purchase order or anything like that. We'll take care of you, and we have a separate forums for educators too.
Right. Yep. And then on the blog, you can look for the back to school gift guides or back to school just series of blog posts, and they're like lists of cool projects you can do for back to school and all kinds of books and reviews. And it's back to school time, everybody. Happy September. I can't wait for it to just get cold outside. So that's this is kind of back to school always rolls towards it getting to be jacket weather.
Yes.
And it's no fun to put wearable electronics on your sweaty tank top, but it's a lot of fun to put them on your jacket. So
Indeed.
looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Jess will be back again soon. And more wearable electronics.
Bye.
Thank you.